Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler, also known as the Ches, and this is Chezzy Tunes, where I try to bring humor and entertainment to the EDM space. And today we are here with Zomboy, the latest Zomboy EP, Dead Man Walking Part 2. I've been a follower of Zomboy since the very beginning. Back in the days of Game Time and Pirate Hooker, I just remember being captivated by the quirkiness of his dubstep music. It was fun, it was different, and obviously as a result, he has grown a following and become a very prominent name in the space. With that being said, however, I can't say I've consistently enjoyed his music throughout his career. There are definitely a lot of forgettable songs for me. There aren't very many that have made it into playlists and that I'll put on frequently. Although I do think the last one I really enjoyed was from Dead Man Walking Part 1, and that was Last One Standing with Must Die. I found that song to be quite a bop, I'd say. But he has had some hits for me here and there throughout the years. But I'm excited to hop into a new EP from him with 5 new tracks. It looks like 2 of these were released as singles, but I can't remember if I heard them or not. Either way, I don't have a great memory of them, so we're still going in relatively blind here. So Zomboy, let's see what you can do. Let's see if you've still got it. And let's listen to Dead Man Walking Part 2. First track is Fallout. Turn it up a little bit. Get that volume pumping. Got a almost saloony sounding piano. Still gives me kind of westerny vibes. No spaghetti though, just a regular western. I'm liking this intro though. This opening's good. By the power of what? Production's clean. Pretty punchy. Yeah. Pretty good. I don't have a complaint, but I'm not really jumping on board to praise it either. Just good. Okay. Hey, that's fun. Got a couple little samples, little boop, bop, beep, boop in there to add some flavoring. Because what's vanilla ice cream without some toppings, without some sprinkles, without some chocolate syrup? Or that turtle shell where you put it on and it hardens. If you want that on there, if you're into that kind of thing. I don't know. To each their own. So far, this is good. This is a good song. It's not doing anything wrong, but it's not doing anything super iconic or memorable or standout-ish. It's just a solid tune. Just a solid tune over here. Nothing wrong with that. We like it to be solid. Final drop. Give me some power. The power of raw. By the power of... Yeah. Oh, I like that little fill there. That was tasteful. Yummy. Ooh, hit me with the hip hop, hit me with a little bit of hip hop, hit me with a big drip drop. Smack you in the face with a flip flop. Okay, so Fallout. I think it's a good indication of how I've been viewing Zomboy for most of his career, where his production quality is good. Like there's no real complaints from a production standpoint. Everything's clean and mixed well. The sound design is decent enough, but it just translates into a solid track that like there's nothing really wrong with it, but it doesn't do anything exceptional either. There's not a super memorable piece to the sound design or just nothing that's like, ooh. I mean, I did like when it changed from dubstep to the kind of more upbeaty vibe. That was a little memorable, but otherwise, like this is a good track. I would put it on and have a good time, but it's nothing that's standing out from the vast majority of songs in the genre. So very solid, nothing really to complain about, but nothing that really pushes the boundary and makes me want to come back to it. Just good. A good song. But let's keep it moving to D.E.A.D, D-E.A.D with Eddie. Maybe a feature is what we need to bring in that uniqueness and elevate us to the next level. Another intro that I'm immediately gripped by though. Also, I didn't mention the artwork. I really like the artwork. Simple enough, but I like it. I like the colors. I like the colors of this. Some good colors right here. It feels very cohesive with the first song in terms of the tone of it. Yep. Zomboy and Eddie. Are you ready? It's time to get deady. Scooby-Doo and Freddy. All right, guys. The two of you together make something delicious.
Who the fuck is...
I like that. Okay. Smack me. Punch me. Oh, it changed it. Oh, it's changing. It's crunchy. Let's freaking go. This part's fine. I get it's okay. This part's okay. I feel like he was lacking some low end or something, but that was fine. I like the first part of the drop. First part of the drop is pretty solid. Might like it better than Fallout. The intros and like the atmosphere of the bridges and everything is really nicely done though. Digging the vibe. D.E.A.D. Meh. I like these stabs. They're crunchy. Thick boys. And some of these extra sounds in there are kind of cool. That sound wasn't even in there, but you can imagine if it was, it would have been crazy. It would have popped off. Okay, honestly, exact same thing I said about Fallout. I think it's good. I think this one had more sounds that I was kind of vibing with, that were a little more intense, a little more crunchy, a little crispy. But then it also had parts that were less interesting. So again, it's good. It is good. It is a good song, but nothing that's like, oh my God. Newest dubstep anthem, track of the month, track of the year. It's just good. It's a good song. Not great, but good. Next up is Project Z. Is Z for Zomboy? When is he going to become Zom Man? If Zomboy's so good, where's Zom Man? Yeah, a little different of a vibe with the intro here. But I'm liking this percussion. Oh, those are some good drums for a second. This is not going where I'm expecting it to go, which could be a good thing. I'm intrigued, maybe a little confused, but intrigued nonetheless. Project Z. I like that little synth came in there. Feels kind of old school Zomboy for a second. Yeah, I love the synths that are during the fills almost. I like. Oh, okay, that's a. I don't like the main drop, but every other piece added to it is great. Like these main. I don't like those. That's okay. But yeah, then those synths, everything else is so cool. But this isn't doing anything for me. And then even that. Like there's cool sounds, but the emphasis here is on sounds that are not great, not very enticing. I'd be gifted too much of the lackluster sounds and then just being teased by these lovely gripping sounds, which leaves me feeling a little unsatisfied. I mean, I like to be teased and edged as much as the next guy, but I need that release. I'm not quite getting it. Maybe the second drop though. Make me explode! Sounds like it's gonna be the same. Change it up. Sounds the same. But listen. Like those synths are cool. That melody's cool. And even this right here, ready? Every other piece, every fill is so cool and enticing, and then the actual main focus here is just the complete opposite of that. You went through project A through Y, and this was your last chance, and this is what you had for me? Come on. Come on. There's so much here that has potential, that is memorable, but it's surrounded by stuff that I don't find particularly memorable. So it still falls into that category, although this one I'm a little more mad at. Like, this is still a good song. It's made well, but this one I'm mad at because I see there's things in there, there's sounds in there that have potential that I'm really liking, but it's just a flickering. It's like getting water on your hand and just, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that's nice, but like I'd rather just be swimming, you know, not just, I need the full experience, not just a tasting, a flickering of, a dusting of dub that I like. You guys get it. That was a great metaphor. A little let down by that one. I feel teased by that one. Next up is Delete Me with Micah Martin. Oh, I was gonna boom again. There it goes. I got it. I know what's going on. Good intro though. Feels full. Got some layers. I like his voice. I like how he's like on the edge of screaming. It's cool. It's getting like raspy. Let's go. Give me some energy for this drop. I like that. That final vocal's cool. Okay. That's a rhyme. It's got a long build. You gotta pay these off. Can you pay it off? Let's go, Zomboy. Some people can't. Can you? I believe in you. Not what I was expecting, but that was juicy. That's different. For Zomboy, at least I feel. I'm vibing. I'm feeling it. Just because it's different, tasteful. Yeah, that's. Yeah. I'm here for that one. Just because I don't have too much of that kind of drum and bass in my playlists with that type of sound in it. It's so unexpected from Zomboy that I'm like, oh, something different. So I'm vibing. I'm here. Second drop though. Don't just do a repeat. You've been doing kind of repetitive drops here sometimes. I need it to be different. That part's cheesy, but it's fine. I'm the master of cheese, so that I get it. Come on, Zomboy. Okay, that was a little different. It still made it on a playlist, but he's getting lazy with the second half of these songs. They're just the same as the first half, or at least not different enough that I'm noticing a major difference. I mean, it's probably slightly different, but it's more or less the same as the first drop. Okay, so now I'm mixed. I like that one. I enjoyed that one a lot. I think since it was different from the rest of them, and I like the vocals. I like the drop itself is cool. It's got some cool sounds. It's fun. But then the second drop I don't think it's a copy and paste. I think he was doing something different, but it's still using most of the same sounds. It feels very much like the first drop. It's not diverse enough that it feels like something new, or that I feel like I need to go to the second drop. There's some songs I'm like, oh, I gotta get to that second drop. The second drop's crazy. I want to skip to the second drop because it's so good. But it's just basically the first drop again. And that always lets me down, especially when it's a 4.5 minute song, but it's basically just two of the same half put together. That doesn't feel as good. You know, it doesn't make use of its runtime the way I would like it to. So I'm a little disappointed in the fact that it becomes a little repetitive, but I think it was good enough. It was enjoyable enough. Still probably my favorite, and I did put it in a playlist. So better. Yeah, just wish it did something a little more with that second drop there. That's all. But final track here, I feel like this is going to be more of just like a closer, maybe ambient kind of song. It's under 2 minutes, but it's called Inhumation, Coda, in parentheses. Inhumation, Coda. I like some good strings. I do. I really do be loving me some strings. Yeah, grand. I do love it being grand. Ooh, got some, like a choir kind of coming in, sorta. This is very lovely. I like this a lot. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. It feels odd for a closer, kinda, in my opinion. I'm getting a phone call, I think. So the second half of that did feel a little more like a closer, but yeah, just interesting. Well, one, it's an EP, so having something that feels like a closer on an EP, although I guess if you're combining this with Dead Man Walking Part 1, then it kind of becomes a full album. It just seems strange to have this kind of song on what is essentially an EP, but regardless, it was very beautiful. I really enjoyed it. But as for Dead Man Walking Part 2 as a whole, I feel like it's basically what I was saying throughout is, like, this is a good EP. Things are produced well. It has some fun sounds. It has some fun moments. I think Delete Me is definitely a highlight, given it's a different genre from the rest of it, and it comes out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting that, and it's a lot of fun. With that being said, though, there are just some moments that don't stand out or really blow me away. It does feel forgettable in places, even though it is made very well. There's not too many parts that really stand out, and Delete Me mostly just stands out because it's such a genre shift, honestly. And even with that, it becomes a little repetitive by the second half, since it's more or less the same. So it's like it's almost doing the right things, but not doing enough of the right things. There's pieces in there that I'm like, ooh, yes, more of this, but then I don't get more of it. So I'm mixed. Like, it's good. It's a good EP. I think all the songs on here are listenable and enjoyable, but none of them are going to be staples in the playlists and going on repeat for me personally. I think it is just good. A good EP. As simple as that. But what did you guys think? What do you think of Zomboy? What do you think of Dead Man Walking Part 1 and Part 2, honestly? What was your favorite track? What was your least favorite track? And what should I check out next? If for some reason you're one of the hardstyle people watching at this very point, don't worry. I'll be working on the next hardstyle video shortly. Just had a lot to catch up on. But thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Keep on jamming out, my dudes. Peace.